the first episode of the Fight or Die podcast. My first guest here is Kenny, the Spaceman Quach, ladies and gentlemen. Yay! Yeah. So you can see, Kenny here has a championship belt on, and he has a sword. I'm not sure where he got that from, but he has one. And we're gonna start with some basic fundamental questions, and then we'll get to the fan questions. You know, first I want to say that how I met Kenny was back in high school. I was in high school. Um, I was a wrestling coach. I think it was 2000. What year, junior, right, Kenny?
I think 2005. 2005, I was a junior in high school, Los Amigos High School.
Yeah, so I was Kenny's wrestling coach. That's how I first met him. And I remember this kid was tough. I remember when I first met Kenny, I was like, we wrestled, and Kenny's strong kid. He went after me, but at the time I was already, I think,
You're king of the cage already.
uh,
Yeah, I remember you were competing in King of the Cage, and you got me in this jumping guillotine, and you made me bite down on my teeth, and then my teeth cracked, and then I spat out the piece of my tooth because you guillotined me so hard and so fast.
I think I flying armbarred you too. But then the brag about Kenny was 16 years old or something like that. You're just a kid.
Yeah, I was just a kid. I never went against someone with good technique and goes 100% like Coach Nam. Like here, everybody I roll with, they just go light. But like that's why I learned to go hard all the time.
Yeah, all day, all day. So that's how I was. That's how I first met Kenny. That's how I was introduced to him. 2001 was that what?
2005 or four.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Oh, you should tell them. Remember that time you hugged me and you remember that one time after practice and you hugged me and I had like a gun on my waist. You gotta tell that story. It's hilarious.
Oh my God! I think what happened? It was your senior year, kid, senior year.
Yeah. It's not a real gun. It's just an airsoft gun, but I have it on my waist the whole time at school.
Yeah, Kenny is in high school, and like I don't remember exactly when the time was, but I came there. I gave him a hug, and I Kenny had a gun on his waist. I was like, "What the heck, Kenny? Dude, get out of here, man! Like you're gonna expel. This is crazy." Yeah. So I coached Kenny during high school for 2 years, right? 2 years.
Yeah. Junior and senior year, but I started jujitsu before I did wrestling, so that's not good because jujitsu you lay on your back, and in wrestling you don't want to be on your back. So I was a really crappy wrestler the first year, but then the second year I got a lot better.
That's excellent. So the next question I was going to get to, can you please tell everyone how you got started in martial arts?
I saw UFC when I was a kid, and I saw that Hoist Gracie was taking everybody down and using Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to choke people and get people to tap out using an arm bars and like these submissions, and no one ever seen it before, and he was straight dominating everyone. And I was like, wow, this is like a real fight. And then if you take someone to the ground and you know jiu-jitsu, you're gonna win. I was like, wow, I gotta learn this. So like that's how I got into grappling.
All right, grappling. And how did you get into like other stuff? Did you study anywhere else too? Like you studied at the the brothers, right? The Hot Brothers, right?
Yeah, so trained I met these dudes and they had jiu-jitsu, but their highest belt was a blue belt, and we learned grappling. I learned a few basics like the arm bar and the bear hug takedown and a kimura. And I also trained at this other place, this guy Master Tim. He was a black belt. So a funny story is I watched UFC, and back then Rampage or whoever caught in a triangle, they would just lift them all the way up and try to slam them into the ground and to get out of the triangle. So like on my first day, the master, the black belt, he's like the old Asian man. He got me in the triangle. I was like, all right.
Master Kim.
Master Kim. Yeah. And I was like, all right, I'm just going to slam him. So I lifted him up all the way in the air, and I slammed him down, and I tried to lift him again, but I couldn't. I was like so tired. So I started tapping, and he wouldn't let go because I guess he was mad because I tried to slam him. So like I was almost about to pass out, go to sleep, and then he lets go, and then I was just laying there like dying for air. And then later I learned that's not really a good way to get out of the triangle, because if you try to slam him, the guy can grab your leg. So that's one of the defenses to someone lifting you in triangle. You grab the guy's leg. But if he doesn't, if you slam him, you could knock him out, because Matt Hughes versus Carlos Newton. Carlos Newton got Matt Hughes in the triangle. Matt Hughes lifted him all the way in the air and slammed him down and knocked him out. So it could work. But the defense is to grab the leg if you're in a getting some guy in the triangle, and that happened to me. When I fought Mike Segura, he got me in the triangle. I was trying to stand up to get out of it, and then when I stood up, it was so tight I almost passed out. But he was grabbing my leg, and then one of my hands was free. So I looked down and I punched him in the face the hardest I could, and I split his eye open. I saw the blood come out, and then I kept doing that, and then eventually I got out, but I almost passed out.
That's excellent. Wasn't so that's how King got started in martial arts, right? You know, it was the,
Watching UFC, watching UFC, Horace Gracie. That's what got me started in MMA.
okay, and then it was the Hard brothers. Right? Those guys, the Hard brothers, they own Tasty now.
Yeah, they own like these guys they own like Seven Leaves, but they used to own the martial arts studio. And then Quang, he used to be the coach of the jiu-jitsu, and we also did Shaolin Kung Fu.
So can you know the wide variety of martial arts, kung fu? Yeah, when I first met you, you knew you said you started with them, right? You did kung fu.
Yeah, I did Kung Fu, and I also did karate and Taekwondo. I have a red belt in Taekwondo from this other place. I forgot the name.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, guys, Kenny is a very funny guy. You know, ever since in high school, I know him in high school to now. I like violence. So I'm not sure if Kenny's know he's making jokes, but I love it. It's very funny. Some days Kenny just comes in and starts talking about how some guy's mouthing out to him, and I don't know if he wants to. I'm not sure if he actually did it, but sometimes like, oh man, this guy's talking crap. I just want to beat his face, or I mean, he did. He did beat his face. I'm not sure. Listen and have Kenny tell the story.
Well, I'm not gonna snitch myself out on any crimes that I committed, but it's all for entertainment.
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess I have a sick sense of humor. I like Tom and Jerry. I like when people get hurt or not get hurt. I like it when people get beat up. Uh, Mostly I like when guy with a smart mouth get messed up. That deserve it. You know. Also, Kenny. Kenny also besides fighting, Kenny also is very funny. Like I said, very funny with the jokes. Also thought about maybe doing stand-up comedy, right, Kenny?
Yeah, I guess I'm starting. I post funny things on my Instagram. You can follow me on Kenny Soaps. That's what. Also started a TikTok, but trying to make some jokes. But I guess some of my jokes are not for kids, cause then I talk about some pretty dirty things. But some people think I'm hilarious, but some people think I'm like the things I say. It's a little out there, but I don't care, man. I'm just gonna say whatever's on my mind. So it's comedy. So I'm just gonna keep going with it. So yeah.
No, I have no experience in comedy, but I think Kenny. If what do you guys think? You guys want to see Kenny at on stage? Telling jokes. I mean, Kenny's life. That's what comedians do. Right? Just talk about their life.
Yeah.
You kind of twist it a little bit.
Yeah, that's about it. Tell about your life, just twist it a little bit. Not everything I say is true, so don't go to the cops. Because sometimes I make a joke about how I'm in the mafia and I use a chainsaw and saw people, but I don't really do that, so don't call the police on me. I just think it's funny because I saw it in a movie. But then, like, some things I talk about, people are like, man, Coach Kenny, you just watch too many movies, man.
No, seriously, like right here we have one of the guys training with us, Andan. If you're Vietnamese, we call it someone that's older than us. We call him An, big brother. And this guy's like maybe 45, almost 50 years old. But he's tough, man. He comes every day. I don't know. I mess with him a little bit. I train. I go pretty hard. But I mean, Kane really beats him up. It's pretty funny when I hear him like scream. I mean, he exaggerates and how much pain he's in. But it's sad to say, but I kind of like seeing him in pain. At least he can't laughing. He's right there, looking at us, shaking his head. Oh man, yeah, Kenny, please, tell us some stories about when your interaction with Andan, please.
Okay, so Don, he's my OG. So like, if I get in trouble by anything, I'll be like, I don't know anything. He's the OG. He told me to do it. So like, my other OG is this other guy. His name is OG Dennis, and he's from LA. and he's the leader of all the Asian Crips. So if I ever get in trouble, I'll be like, OG Dennis, that's my OG. Just contact him. I don't know anything. I'm just a soldier.
Another thing, Undyne's a very good sport. We make fun of him all the time. We kind of roughhouse him, but uh, one thing I remember, I'm in teaching a class. I hold pads, and sometimes I don't know what it is. Undyne sometimes jumps the gun. And a couple of times I'm holding the pad. I'm about to hold the pad, and I can't get relate. He almost freaking hits me in the face, and I get pissed. I'm about to drop this guy right in front of everybody. I'm like, I hold myself back. I think Kenny has a story about that too, right, Kenny?
Yeah, this freaking guy, Don. I don't like to hold pads for him because one time I was holding pads for him for the combo, right? And he straight up just missed the pad and punched me right in the mouth, and then I bit into my lip and blood was coming out. I was like, bro, this is the last time I'm holding pads for you, man. That's it. So, like, when we train, I don't hold pads for him because this guy, he gets too excited. And I'm just going to leave it at that. But 2 months ago, he knocked out. 2 months ago, he knocked out this guy in the parking lot.
Oh, it's right.
With the combo that I taught him, it's a jab, cross, and then left kick to the head, and he landed the combo on the guy. Yeah, as he finished him on the street.
Dude, I thought the gangster. Oh my god, dude, this guy's freaking 50 years old, getting the street fights in freaking Bosa Avenue. It looks like, oh my god, this guy. Oh, I wish I could see this guy. This is hilarious. He's the nicest guy in the world. I mean, me and Ken can't abuse this guy. I'm surprised he's still here. He comes training every day, and we mess him up. He's not a fighter. Like me, can't professional fighters, but Andon compared to another Vietnamese brother on the street. Another killer, right? To another regular guy.
He's down though. Don, this guy, he's a Vietnamese OG, but like around here in Garden Grove, people don't play. If you go to these coffee shops or this places where these Vietnamese gangsters go to drink and eat. There's this place called Artist. They have some really good food. But right when you walk in, all the gangsters, they look at you, but don't look back. You're just supposed to look straight and don't look down. Because if you look down, then they're going to think you're weak and try to mess with you. It's just like prison. So when you go to these Vietnamese pool halls and coffee shop, they're going to be looking at you. And then like most of the time, they have a gun. So you don't want to try to start anything with them. You just type on YouTube, Asian boys watching pool hall shooting, and that's how it is. Everyone has a gun. So, like, Asian gangsters, they smoke so many cigarettes, they don't have any cardio to fight. They just rely on the guns and knives, and that's what they do. So, yeah.
Yeah. They don't play. I'm not about that life. I like martial arts. I like to fight, and live another day. That's not my thing. Oh, you know what? Another thing. Besides, as a second job, a second passion, being a comedian. Can also, surprisingly, he raps. Hip hop rap. He raps pretty well.
Just try to do the best I can to entertain people, to be an entertainer. So that's what I do. I rap, do comedy, and I fight. But then I also make some adult movies. But the adult movies I make is a special kind because I got a small pee-pee. So it's a small pee-pee movies. No, I'm just joking. I don't really do that, but I thought it was hilarious. Yeah, I was making some jokes with my friends. I was like, hey, man, don't make fun of me because it's small.
Anyways, let's keep PG. Keep PG. PG.
Okay,
PG.
sorry.
Sorry. Keep PG. But what was I say? What was I say? Jokes, Kenny. What was I say? I mean, can you give us some? If you ever decide to no rap, no rap. I'm sorry, rap. Yeah, can you give us some? What's the proper terminology? Give us some lines. What was the
Some bars.
some bars? Give us some bars. Sorry, guys. I'm so nerdy. I don't know the proper hip hop terminology. So just throw some bars. Can let everybody know you can rap.
Okay, so what I do is mostly freestyle. So sometimes it comes out good, sometimes it doesn't. It's a lot of trial and error, but I'm gonna try right now. So try to throw some bars like a superstar. Mr. Kenny Quach just got a new car. Got the straight sword. Slash your head off. Mr. Kenny Quach sometimes he jacks off. And he got the belt. And you makes your heart melt with the gun and the same time. I just messed up. See, it's hard. You just gotta keep practicing, man. Straight got the mic. Straight you wanna fight. Yes, I got the knife and I'm gonna stab and slice. And I got the gun and you gonna run. Mr. Kenny Quach, he is the champion.
Oh, that's gangsta. I mean, that's better than me. I can't rap. You know, that's a. Yeah,
You just gotta keep practicing. Like you just gotta keep practicing. The more you practice, the better you get. It's trial and error. So like you just make up words, and then if it doesn't work, you throw it out, and then you try to find something that works, and you just keep practicing until it gets better. Just like anything else, like fighting, all you gotta do is practice.
I guess just like jujitsu. Just trial and error. You know. I just try. I just try. You know. This podcast. I always want to do a podcast, but I'm not really tech savvy. And someone, a neutral person that we both know, Quang Ho, he was Quang Ho. He's both of our friends. When I did he wrestle at the same time you wrestled, Kenny?
Yeah, Quang. I met him Santa Ana College. Man, that place is savage. Like the training there is really hard, and that's where a lot of professional fighters go. They work on their wrestling, Santa Ana College, because college level wrestling is a lot better than high school level wrestling. And then it helps a lot. So at MMA, you want to have good wrestling. You don't want to get taken down. You want to be able to take the other guy down. So yeah, I met him. So Quang, yeah, he's actually pretty decent, but I like to make fun of him because he's a doctor and he wants to fight. And sometimes I watch him spar and he sucks. And I'm just like, no, you shouldn't fight, man. You already got a job. You're a doctor, bro. You make a lot of money. Why you need to fight? You're gonna get hurt. And once you get hurt, you can't work as a doctor no more. You're not going to be able to make money. So you might as well just be a doctor. And plus, you suck, so you shouldn't fight. So I just created that, Mr. Quang. So yeah, Mr. Quang, he used to spar with this other dude, Master Kai, Kung Fu Master, at Rounders. And then he was like, yeah, man, I landed some punches on him. I was like, you? You landed punches on him? Bro, he's been training Kung Fu for 30 years, man. I don't think you did anything to him, man. And he was like, man, shut up, bro. I was like, nah, man, you suck, bro.
Yeah. Queen. Yeah, no, Queen has amateur fights, right? Does he?
Nah, I
No.
don't think he does. Actually, I don't know. My bad, Quang. So if you have anything to say, just leave it on the comments or something. So I think he wanted to fight, but I was told him not to because he's a doctor. If you get hurt, then you can't work no more. So there's no point. You might as well just keep being a doctor, bro.
What's it? Well, anyway, Mr. Quang Ho, he suggested that me and Kenny do a podcast, or I guess out of the podcast, a Fire Die podcast. I always wanted to do one, didn't know how to get started, and Quang, wanted to help me get started, and he suggested right to get started, and waiting, like nothing got done, and like look what happened now. I'm a freaking college dropout. I get it started myself. Thanks a lot, Quang.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Quang.
Freaking Quang. Thanks a lot, Quang. Freaking A. Now I'm happy Kenny makes fun of you.
Mr. Quang, yeah.
I'm just kidding. We love you, kid. Just messing around. Just messing around. Oh, too funny, too funny. Oh, anyway, also, dating. I think dating wise, Kenny. I think after this podcast or even before that, Kenny, he's a wild child. Very out there, and girls like him. But you told me you were doing how to get girl dating classes, Kenny. Is that true?
Yeah, so I used to get girls, and I don't know what happened because I don't know. They can't handle the champion. Like they got to be on the same level as me because I'm a 4-star general and a high level champion. The girls, they're just on a low level, man. They don't match with me, so they have to be on a high level to match with me. But anyways, that's why I'm not getting any girls anymore because I'm too much. But I hired this guy to be my dating coach. His name is Albert Lee. He's a brown belt in jiu-jitsu, and he's a pretty good fighter. So like, he gets a new girlfriend every day. So I was like, hey, man, how you do this, man? You got to show me because I got none. And then he's trying to show me. And then, like, he's like, hey, man, you got to post a picture of you with an animal on your Tinder. So I was like, okay. So I have a picture of me and a chicken. And he's like, no, man, that you look like an illegal cockfighter. Like those guys that fight the chicken. I was like, what the hell, man? And then, like, he's like, here, just take a picture with my dog. And then, like, I just posted some stuff like I'm a 4-star general prince. And he's like, man, don't put that, man. Girls are gonna get scared. I was like, oh, no wonder why. And then I also put that I'm the leader of a mafia Crips. And then he said, don't say that, man. The girls are gonna be scared. So I was like, man, no wonder why I didn't get any of the girls. Okay, but I gotta take that off. And then now he's giving me some tips on how to get girls. But right now he's beefing with my coach, and they're gonna fight soon.
No, I think they're kind of serious. But I was never a fighter. But He was. I think he seemed like he was a bit worried about that.
Me and my coach, we just straight pranking this guy, straight trolling him. We're like, yo, Nan fan's gonna show up at your gym and start swinging on you, man. And he's like, oh man, that's messed up because I just got a tattoo yesterday. I don't want to mess up my tattoo. But man, if you really want to fight, I'll show up. And then he doesn't show up because he's scared.
No, I mean, he's a good guy. I know him for a while. He's a good guy. Maybe I shouldn't have done that, But yeah, but I even invited him here. If you really did have a problem, no, he's a good kid. I would never have hurt. I didn't want to hurt him. He's a good guy. I like Albert Lee. Possibly me and Kenny might have taken it a bit far. You know, uh, it seemed like he was a bit worried, and he seemed like he was really angry. And it seemed like he was ready to fight. It seemed like he was ready to fight. Yeah, but I don't know what to say.
So there's Albert Lee's my dating coach. He gets a new girlfriend every day. And me, I was talking with my coach right here in Namfan. We're like, man, that's not a really good idea because if you're a guy, you want to have sex with a lot of girls, dude, that's how you get AIDS. That's how you get STDs. That's how you get all these nasty diseases, man. Like, you think it's really cool, but it's not. You're going to have AIDS, bro. And then nobody's want to train with you anymore.
Oh yeah, that's true, guys. I mean, I think there is a dating coaches out there that does exist, but if you ever, I'm not a ladies man. I don't get a lot of girls. I'm pretty shy myself. I'm not the kind of guy to confront a girl. But if you are a ladies man, man, I suggest that you be careful. Maybe I don't know, always protect yourself. I don't know. I guess, man, once you get it, that the STD or whatever, man, that's not fun. So I mean, it's not a great idea. The more girls, the better. But I mean, I think the less, not I mean the a moderate amount of girls, the better. I don't know. You get like a new girl every week. Like I release things, getting like he did a different girl every week or something like that.
Oh, yeah,
Man.
a new girlfriend every day.
Every
Yeah, Albert Lee, he gets a new girlfriend every day. I mean, it sounds cool, but that's how you spread diseases, and it's not good, Like, I don't know. Plus, there's this one guy we train with. He's like talking about making these movies, those triple X movies, and he's just talking about how to get a license because that's what he wants to do. But I was like, hey man, I don't really know anything about that. But let me ask around some lawyers. But if I ask the lawyer, it's gonna be really embarrassing. Be like, hey, how am I gonna get the license to do this? So yeah.
wait, do I know that? Who's that guy?
He's over there. I'm not. He's over there. I'm not gonna say his name. Yeah, I don't want to embarrass him too much. But yeah.
I'm done with a porn star director. What the heck? I'm done. This guy's 50 years old. What the? Come on, I'm done. What's wrong with this guy, man? Oh man, is he want to direct and star in it? What the heck?
I don't know, man. I just know these movies make money, and I just want to make some money. That's it. That's it.
Oh, speaking of porn, back when I just found King the Cage, I used to be sponsored by this porn distributing company. It was if you guys know the actor, the film actor, I think his name is Peter North. He had a production company called North Star, and these guys, I don't know, they were balling. These guys would give me $1,000 a month just to wear their brand on my shorts when I fought King the Cage, and for me, I mean that's pretty good money. That's like $12,000 for a year. Wow, it's just for nothing. It was awesome. Yeah. Yeah, so that's the biggest one I ever got in my life. But
Man, I like to get sponsored. I got this monster belt. You guys can sponsor me some money every month. I'll go everywhere with this belt. Or any company, Budweiser, Pepsi, Taco Bell. You guys want to sponsor me? Just give me a few $1,000s a month, and I'll just represent your stuff.
hey guys, Kenny Quach, yeah, he's available. Hook him up, guys. Hook him up. So yep. Wear a Pepsi belt around all day, and got a Coca-Cola sword, something. Go give the hook guy up, my head guy up. Um, what's it? We at my house when do we watch the Adesanya versus Paulo Costa?
Yeah, that's a good fight. Yeah, that was a good fight. Paulo Costa versus Israel Adesanya. So I betted my friend $100 on Paulo Costa because he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, and he's super jacked and strong. And then, but Adesanya ended up winning because he was super accurate with his striking, and he landed a lot of shots and won that fight. I don't know what you think about that fight, Coach.
Yeah, I like Adesanya very much. I'm a big fan of Adesanya, man. He's like a younger version of Anderson Silva in his prime. Very quick, fast feet, quick hands, extremely accurate. I was a bit worried for Adesanya. Oh man, it's scary. He's very intimidating. I thought he was like a heavyweight. I thought he was gonna be able to grab Adesanya, take him down, and smash him.
Man, back then I thought grappling, you having really good grappling, that's what wins fights. But nowadays, it's really good grappling and striking. You never know what's gonna happen in the fight because it's still evolving. Because back then, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu would beat everyone, and then like wrestlers, they couldn't take down wrestlers, and then the wrestlers would just stand and box with them, and everybody thought that was the style to learn. And then like after that, people used takedowns and ground and pound. You take the guy down, keep ground. Then people thought that was the style to learn. Now it's mixed martial arts. You got to be good at everything, and it takes a lot of time. You got to train all day, every day, grappling and striking and conditioning. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, guys. Um, Throughout my year of teaching here, I have a lot of guys come here and say, "I want to be a fighter. I want to be a fighter." I want people to fight. I like fighting, but man, the 1 week of just basic training, just coming every day and grinding, it's hard, man. It's a lot of work, you know. I know one guy, your brother's friend, it's Chris, right? Chris, yeah. Uh, he told me he trained with T.J. Dillashaw. He trained with what's the name? Oh my God, yeah, Jake. This guy told me so cocky. He comes into the academy right out of the bat. I don't even know this guy. Right out of the bat, he goes, just starts talking about himself, just talking about how great he is, and right out of the bat he tells me he tapped out Jake Shields. I'm like, what the f word? Who does that think he is? Tapped out Jake Shields, guys. If you don't know Jake Shields, I'm a very big. Before I even started fighting, I knew who Jake Shields was, or I think I was already fighting, but Jake Shields fighting Japan. Guys, Jake Shields, Shudo champion. He beat the Hato Sakurai for the title. He was what else? Strikeforce champion. He beat Dan Henderson for the Strikeforce title. He fought George St. Pierre for the UFC welterweight title. He lost the decision. Jake Shields. If you're listening, I have nothing but utmost respect for him. And Cesar Gracie black belt. He trains with the Diaz brothers. He's great. And like this guy comes in here and tells me he tapped out Jake Shields. I'm all, dude. On my best day, Jake Shields' worst day, I cannot tap out Jake Shields. This is impossible. And this guy's telling me, I asked, how did you tap out Jake Shields? He's all, I darced him. What? And then he said, after that, he said, Jake Shields tapped him out 1,000 times, which is believable. But I don't believe that he tapped out Jake Shields one time. Um, so you know what? I did. I messaged Jake Shields on Instagram. I find out. And Jake Shields said, no effing way that guy tapped him. No, and there's no way he tapped him. How did you meet this guy?
Mr. Chris, I don't have nothing bad against this guy. Oh, he's like my brother's friend. And then, yeah, he introduced me. One day I just went in the classic fight team, and he's like, hey, you're Kenny Quach. I was like, hey, what's up, man? What's your name? He's like, my name's Chris. And then right when he met me, he started, like, throwing strikes at me, shadow boxing. He's like, yeah, man, I like to switch it up. I was like, hey, man, that's kind of crazy, man. Why are you throwing strikes at me when you just met me? But anyways, yeah. So, like, a few months later, I texted him. I was like, hey, man, you want to come train with me at Namfan MMA Academy? So he's like, yeah, cool. So now we're just training. And then, yeah, just started training, and then this guy likes to talk about all his problems and stuff, and I don't know. To me, that's just like kind of like a girl, you just complain about your problems. He's like, yeah, man, my dad, blah, 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 blah. I was like, hey, man, you know what my solution is? I think you should eat some dog food because dogs, they eat dog food, and they're tough because dogs are strong. And dog food, it has protein, and it has vegetables. Just eat some dog food, man. and that was my solution to him.
I mean, I'm sure. I hope Chris did not take that seriously. I hope he
No,
thought
he
that.
really did. No, he really did. Recently, he posted an Instagram video, and picture of him laying on the ground with a bunch of dog food. I don't know. He's just playing along with it. It's funny.
Oh man, yeah, no, that guy's he's a good guy, man. I like him. I think I think he told me he's training back with Mark Munoz, and oh no, recently he told me Jake Shields called him to go train with him. Again, he had to help him train for a fight. What is it? Jake Shields, is he fighting somebody soon? Oh, I think a grappling match. I'm thinking to myself, no, dude, he did not. You know what I did? I text Jake Shield. Hey, did you call this guy to train with him? To call him to come down or come up to San Francisco to train with you? And he said, heck no. So I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, he's lying to me. But well, he's a good guy. I like him. He's pretty harmless. You know, he's trying. You know, he's trying. Uh, the next fight. You know what's the next? March 27th, UFC 260. Stipe Miocic versus Francis Ngannou, number two. Did you see number one at my house? You said number one? No, number one. If you,
Heavyweight, right?
heavyweight, yeah. They're big dudes. That what's that? What's it called? 265. But man, Francis Ngannou, man, he's a giant. He is way bigger than 265. He probably is. And Steve Miocic was 6'6". Oh, I don't know how tall. He's just tall, 6'4", 245 pounds. Francis Ngannou, I don't know. He's giant. And he's taller than Steve Miocic. But on the first fight, Steve Miocic was very dominant. Just took him down, just ground and pounded him. Box very smart outside, low kicks here and there. In the rematch, in my humble opinion, I think it's gonna be the same. I hope it's the same. I really like Steve Miocic. I just hope that Steve Miocic just plays smart. Basic boxing, get close. So the Francis Ngannou's power doesn't land too hard and take him down on the ground on top, make him tired.
Yeah, Miocic, he has good striking. So like, I don't know too much about him. I've only seen him fight a few times. But in heavyweight, I like Alistair Overeem in heavyweight. But back then, he was a lot better when he was in Pride, because they kind of just let you do steroids, and he was just a monster. And then, but in UFC, they test you, so now he's off the juice, so it's not as confident anymore. But that guy, I heard he put like 8 bouncers in the hospital because they tried to mess with him. I think in England or something. And I believe it, man. I don't want to get hit by that guy. If that guy hits me, my ribs are gonna break. So that's all I gotta say.
No. No. Well, I think when he's on all juice, he's juiced up. He's a giant. I was at the fight. I was right there. I was at the fight. Brock Lesnar versus also over. That guy, dude. That guy's wide. His back is enormous. The both of those guys are giant. Brock Lesnar is huge. He's like a truck. And I was over him. If it's been the truck, it's him, man. That guy was both of those guys big and scary. I would not want to get hit by any of those guys.
Yeah, that's why there's weight classes. Technique matters, but size matters too. That's why if some guy's really big, I try not to fight them unless they really want to fight, and I'm just gonna have to try to choke them out. But most people don't train like in the street, so they don't know what they're doing. And people that do train, they don't really want to fight because training kind of just makes you calm. You just use all your aggression and energy in the gym, and you know what you can do, so you really don't want to hurt people. But yeah, that's it on that.
Except on Don.
I gotta get
I I heard on Don. He's fun. What was I gonna say? Oh, Kenny, remember back in the day, fights. Before I was married, uh, when I was on the Ultimate Fighter, we just got back from the Ultimate Fighter. We used to watch all my fights at the after the practice. We all you artists, right? Artists, yeah, artists, man. Shout out to artists and those guys. The owner is real nice. The waiters are real nice, and we just all go to artists to watch my fight. They're very supportive of me. Um, yeah, there and then it says that exactly King said that place is an extremely nice restaurant. I love it. I love going there. I usually go there now. I don't go there as often as I like, but Gangsta's paradise in there. You go in there like Gangsta, you walk in, you look straight, don't look to your left, don't look to your right, cause man, the guys are mad at you the whole time. They're waiting for you to look at them. They're waiting for each other to wait. Please look at me.
Yeah, when you go to these places, don't look at anyone. You might get shot. But my friend, Mr. Don, I told him to walk in with a UFC championship belt. He's like, man, they're gonna kill me, man. It's funny, man. Yeah, man. When you're the champion and you get a belt, you can walk everywhere. You go to the market, you go to the club, you go to the party. You always got the championship belt, and then all the girls, they're gonna be all over you, man. And then the guys are gonna get jealous, and then you're just gonna have to fight. But see who can retain the title and be number one, because that's what life's all about, right?
Oh yeah, when I was a fighter. When I was like 28 years old. I was so young, and those I'm 28. Those girls were 25, 26, so they're close to age. And I'm a very shy guy. I don't talk to girls, but I thought this. I'm on TV. I thought this was my perfect chance to to try to holler at one of these waitresses. I remember one of them. I remember her name. I was like, hey, I tried. Whatever hook I can find, I tried, and I said, hey, if I win this fight, is my fight against Quinn McKenzie. If I knock this guy out, you give me your number, right? And like we waited, and I got the finish, and I looked at her like, hey man, what's up? Hook up with your digits, girl. And like she's all, nah, and she took off, man. Everybody was made fun of me. Oh, it's hard, man. I mean, those waitresses, you figure. They hit on every day, every night. They hit like 100 a day. So someone like me tries, man. There's nothing.
Yeah, you don't know how much work it takes to be in the UFC, and dude, he's asking you out, and you're turning him down. Like, girls are just stupid, man. Like me, I'm a four-star general certified real OG prince. That's the champion. And my friend, he's the leader of the Vietnamese mafia. He doesn't even get any girls. So I was like, man, this doesn't make any sense. Like, that's why I hired Albert Lee, my dating coach. He has a new girlfriend every day, so now he's teaching me. So, like, I don't know. Because men's brains are different from women's brains. We think differently. So, yeah.
All right, guys. Special time now. It's time to do some fan questions. Yeah, fan questions. Yeah, fan questions. First question by this person, Mr. Matt Brady.
Mr. Matt.
Matt,
Yeah, Mr. Matt, this guy's the perfect specimen. Like, in class, when I show a move, he always does it right. He never does anything wrong. And he also has Muay Thai tatted on his shin, so he's straight up all about that Muay Thai life.
all right. First question by Mr. Matt Brady. Kenny Quach, if you could be sponsored by any company, which would it be? What would you choose?
You can sponsor me by Monster, Budweiser, Taco Bell, Burger King, Jack in the Box. It doesn't matter. I'll represent your company as long as you keep paying me thousands of dollars every month. I'll represent your. Even make me a championship belt like that. Ocean Spray Cranberry. I'll just go everywhere with a belt. Man, no one's going to be able to do anything because I'm just going to get the belt and clack someone in the head like Stone Cold Steve Austin from WWE. So that's how hard I'm going to represent your stuff if you guys get me on that payroll.
See, I don't know. I thought it was pretty funny. I like violence, I comedy violence. It's very funny. All right. Was it? Is it? Oh, same question. Another question by Mr. Matt Brady. If you choose any woman to be a ring girl, who would you choose?
Well, I like big booties, and there's this woman from Brazil called the watermelon woman, and she had like these giant watermelon buttocks. Like that kind of size. That's what I like. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. Next question by Sensei Troy Acker from Carls and Gracie Jiu Jitsu. Kenny Quad, who are the people you looked up to and inspired you to compete in combat sports?
Well, my wrestling coach right here, Nam Fan, he's been a big impact in my life because he actually fights, and I was there with him training. And when we train, we go 100% all the time with good technique. And when I go to other places, I smash on people most of the time. Humbly speaking, because it works. First you gotta have technique, and plus naturally I'm strong, and that's what's good. You gotta have good cardio, good technique, and yeah. Him, and then I like Khabib Nurmagomedov, and I like Frankie Edgar. Who else I like? John Jones, yeah, Fedor. There's a lot of guys, so there's a lot of like. So I'm a fan first. I'm a big fan of fighting. I like watching fights. So Even when I went to Street Beefs, man. There's this thing called Street Beefs. It's like a YouTube series fighting. Also, Backyard Squabbles. I'll give a shout out to Backyard Squabbles and Street Beefs. It's like on YouTube. These guys just show up and they fight for free, but it's real fights. They're just messing each other up, MMA and boxing, and they're not getting paid. But these guys are down. So I brought my homies to go fight. So if you want to fight, just hit me up and I'll get you in. So it's great. Yeah.
I love it. All right, next question. My son's Andrew Colin. You remember son Andrew?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Andrew. All right. He asked why the Cobra style gi with the sleeves ripped off.
Well, originally, before I became a pro boxer, I was a pro MMA fighter, and I wanted to show off that I'm a purple belt. So, but the boxing gloves doesn't fit through the sleeves, so I cut the sleeves off so I could put the boxing gloves through. So when I walk out to fight pro boxing, they'll be like, "Oh, this guy's a pro boxer, purple belt in jiu-jitsu." And then so like when my coach fought Master Kai, I was like, I'm just gonna wear this because it looks cool. So that's why, yeah.
There you go. Guys. That's your answer. All right, guys. This is another question by you know this guy, the famous, the legendary Vietnamese hero, the Vietnamese legend, Lam Tran Pham. Yeah.
Oh, that's a legendary super Asian gangster, Lam Pham. This guy, man. So like he trains with a lot of really good guys. You know, like Emilio Chavez and Albert Lee, and they train with gifted Gable Green. That guy was just in UFC. He just won. So like, yeah, Lam Fan, he's like a super gangster, man. Like, bro, you don't want to mess with him. He's a pro fighter too. So I was trying to match him up against Master Kai, and then they didn't want to fight. So like that guy, Master Kai, my coach, fought him, and he's like a 52-year-old man, and he still wants to fight. But then his doctor told him not to fight because he can die, like because he's kind of too old, and he has a bunch of metal braces in his neck. So I don't know, man. I kind of don't want him to fight, but I kind of want to see him win. So I'm just saying, hey, man, it's up to you. If you want to fight, I'll get you a fight, but nobody's forcing you. So yeah.
Lam Tran Pham? Is he pro? Is he
Yeah,
pro?
he's pro. Yeah, Lamb, he's a pro fighter. So he's like, hey, man, I don't want to fight that guy. I'm already a pro fighter. I was like, okay, all right, cool.
All right, yeah. No, I need to get Lam Tran Pham on this interview on the Fire Night podcast. That guy, I'm interested to hear what he has to say. That guy's funny. Anyways, Lam Tran Pham has two questions for you, Mr. Kenny. What was harder, Army or Air Force?
Well, it's not Army. It was Marines. And in the Marines, of course, it's way harder. It's a lot stricter. And then you got to be on point on everything. You got to have a lot of discipline. And if you do something wrong, you get yelled at. And then I was in the Marines first. And then when I went to the Air Force is a lot better. It's a lot more relaxed. And when nobody's yelling at me, I just pretty much did whatever I want. And then sometimes I would be just go away and just be drunk in my room or do whatever. And then when somebody tries to tell me what to do, man, I also have tattoos of 4 stars right there, man, like a 4-star general. So when someone tells me what to do, like, hey, Quach, I need you to go over there, take out the trash, and mop the floor, blah, blah. I was like, dude, you know who you talking to, right? I'm a 4-star general. So when I show them that, they just start laughing, and then I just walk away while they laugh, so I never get anything done. And then I just go drink some more. And then I just get my BB gun and shoot at this wall in this hidden place that nobody knows. And then, yeah, I shouldn't say that because I'm just ratting myself out. But yeah, that's what I did. I got drunk and shot my BB gun inside the thing when I was in the Air Force.
Oh, see, it's hilarious, man. Never dull moment, never MMA Academy. Question number 2 by Lam Tran Pham. What was harder, MMA or boxing?
On MMA, it's serious to me. Like, I really want to win, so I put all my focus and energy into that. I'll be running a lot, like 6 to 8 miles every other day. But in boxing, it's also a lot of cardio, punching a lot. So it's like the same amount of running. So you also gotta do a lot of running, because you standing there punching the whole time for 3 minutes, it's a long time. And you don't believe me? You just stand up right now and start punching the hardest you can, and you try to do it for a minute. Even that's hard. Most people can't even do that. So like, but in boxing, I didn't really take it that serious, but I did. But I think MMA's more serious because you can get elbowed, you can get kneed. Boxing is only punches. Like, you don't have to worry about getting kicked or taken to the ground. It's kind of like half a fight, so it's like a game. So, but I still took it seriously. But I think MMA is harder because it takes more time to learn ground and knees and elbows and punches and clinch and slams, all that.
Very true, very true. I think so too. I love boxing. When I box, I can't. Will you backstage me ever in boxing matches?
Huh? Huh? What?
Will you
What?
backstage me in the boxing matches? Backstage with me?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah, boxing for me is just I do it for fun. I think now I'm older. You know, I don't want to kick in the face. I'll probably do more boxing matches towards the end. Of my youth, I feel like I can still fight, so I'll probably do more boxing matches, maybe less MMA matches. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. But anyways, next question by Mr. Michael Trevino: Is it hard to be a fighter or four-star general?
Well, for me, I'm a four-star general of the Vietnamese mafia, but also there's people higher ranking than me, but there's people below me. So like, I'm a shot caller, but there's also other higher shot callers. But being a MMA fighter, of course, that's hard. You got to wake up and run every day. So like, I don't know. You got to work 24/7, no time off. But resting is also part of training. Sometimes you have to rest. You can't. I don't know, you just got to set a good schedule. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, guys. It's hard to find a balance, but you ever decided to become a fighter? Yeah, yeah. Try it out. Train this much, rest that much. Find a balance. Next question by Mr. Ramon Rodriguez: Tacos or pizza?
It really depends on the mood. If it's good tacos, I'll pick that. If it's good pizza, I'll pick that. But recently, I went to this food truck next to my house and I ate it, and it made me sick. So I'm not going there ever again. But I don't know. Depends on what you feel like. So that's about it.
Next question by Tyler Finley: Was there a defining moment in your life where you wanted to be a professional fighter, or was it something that just happened?
When I was a kid, I saw this movie called Bloodsport with John Claude Van Damme, and it was so crazy that it made me want to fight. And also, I watched Dragon Ball Z. That's like so cool. It made me want to fight. So like whatever movies I watch, it makes me want to do. So better hope I'm not watching the wrong movies.
Next question by Jimmy Rimmer: How much do you want to make a cameo in Cobra Kai?
I have no idea what that is. What is that?
Cobra Kai, the Karate Kid. It's the perspective of the Karate Kid. 30 years later, after the tournament, Johnny Lawrence is the guy that Daniel Larusso. He cream kicked in the face. It's the Karate Kid is a Netflix show now. It was on YouTube. Now it's on Netflix. It's his. It's a show about him.
Oh,
So the guy's asking how much would you want to be do a cameo in that show.
what's cameo?
A cameo is like a quick star.
Yeah, sure. You can put me. I don't really care. So I'll be in any movie. So that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, yeah. I'm a cameo. Let me know. Next question by our buddy Paul Almond. What was the initial motivation? Was uh, uh, what was the initial motivation? Was to begin? Why did you want to become? What did you want to do? What was it that you initially made you want to become a martial artist? Who was the biggest challenge, and how were you able to overcome and win it?
Well, what made me want to be a mixed martial artist is I want to be a winner in life. I don't want to lose. And one of the biggest things to winning is being able to kick somebody's ass. Just like the police, when they tell you to do something and you don't do it, they're going to beat the crap out of you and they're going to call their backup and beat the crap out of you. So they're just straight winners. Just like USA, we're winning because we're good at war. So that's why I invested a lot of time and energy to be good at war. Because if someone doesn't do what I say, you already know what's going to happen. And so my toughest opponent was this guy named Musa Tolliver. Like, this was a really hard fight. This guy just took me down and ground and pounded me for 3 rounds straight. And I took a lot of damage, and he also broke my ribs, like kneed me in the ribs. It was really bad. I have the video at my house. Like, when I watch this video, it makes me sad because I'm just getting beat up the whole time. I couldn't get up. And now I train with him. He's really strong. He comes like once a week, and we train together. He has really good wrestling. He's a pro fighter. So he has a lot of experience. So I'm glad. I'm glad I went through that because it taught me to work on my mistakes, which is like takedown defense and getting up from the bottom and how to hold somebody down. That's like a big part of MMA grappling. So you learn more when you lose.
Yeah, that was uh, that was a tough night. I remember that night, man. Oh man, Musa. I knew Musa from the grappling days. I competed against Musa back when I was, I think, a blue belt, and I think I drew Musa, I think, first round. You know, uh, Musa was really really dope, good wrestling. I was able to win on points, but man, he's a beast. All right, yeah, I love Mr. Musa. Mr. Musa Tolliver, if you're watching, yeah, hello, hey, Musa, Musa. Next question by Mark Mendoza. Kenny, what weight class do you feel comfortable at?
I like 155s for me. 145s, just too much starving. And but I also fought at 170. I feel good. It doesn't really matter what size. Like I like to be the smaller guy because the other guy thinks he's gonna bully me, but they don't. Yeah.
Next question by our buddy Daniel Goodell. You remember Mr. Daniel Goodell? Oh,
Maybe if I see him.
okay, yeah. Well, I Mr. Dan, yeah. His question is, how do you think fighters will do today in a tournament setting, like back in UFC days?
What do you mean? What kind of question is that?
Like, he's asking, like, how do you think fighters do in a tournament one day?
Oh, like fight a bunch of times?
One day, yeah.
Yeah, it's up to you. I mean, they already have that. They have this thing called Pro Fighter League, PFL, I think, and then they fight multiple times. But the rules is you're not supposed to elbow, but you can do everything else. They already have it, so like I don't know. Yeah, it's up to you. Just try to save your energy. Just gotta knock the guy out really fast and then not get hurt. But that's not easy because that's what he's trying to do too. That's why like one day I hope I can learn how to shoot a fireball. Like Mortal Kombat or like Street Fighter. And then that's all I'm gonna do. Just shoot fireballs. But I don't know. Some people think that's impossible. But in order to do something, you gotta believe. You gotta believe so hard that it's actually gonna happen.
Yeah, there we go. And the last final fan question by my black belt brother, Peter Hahn. Kenny, what's your toughest fight? Who was it against? What was the most difficult aspect of fighting? What would you have done differently?
Well, like I said earlier, my toughest fight was that guy Musa Tolliver, and what I would have done differently was prepare better, a lot more wrestling and grappling. Just get. I don't know. That guy just had a lot more experience than me. It was my second fight, and it was like his 12th fight, so he had a lot more experience. So experience really matters. So yeah.
Yeah, that's all I have for the fan questions, Kenny. But guys, that's it for this interview. This is the first episode of the Fight or Die podcast. Thank you very much, Kenny Quach, for this interview. Yeah, Kenny. Yeah, yeah. And guys, until next time, guys, Fight or Die. Hey!